Hi, my dear grade 12 learners. Welcome to the next episode of our lesson video on Practical Research 2. A few days ago, we discussed how to write a title for a quantitative research. Since you already have a topic and a title, today we shall learn the ways of writing an introduction of your research. Are you ready? Well then. Introduction is a part of Chapter 1, and it is titled The Problem and Its Background. What are the parts of Chapter 1? We have Introduction, Statement of the Problem, Scope and Delimitation, Conceptual Framework, Significance of the Study, and finally, Definition of Terms. Today we are going to focus on how to write the introduction. So it is essential that we answer the question what? What is introduction? Well, it contains the background information of a research topic. What does it mean? It tells about the history or nature of your research problem with reference to the existing literature. It means that the root of the problem being studied is explained. Next question that is essential to answer is why. Why do you need an introduction in writing your research paper? Introduction is important because it dictates readers whether or not to continue reading the study. It is imperative, therefore, that you as researchers make it interesting by number one, explaining the relevance to the audience and by stating its purpose. So, in other words, introduction gets the attention of the readers. So it's really important. Next question that is very essential to answer is how. How should you write an introduction? You need to discuss the number one keyword or keywords. That includes the independent variable and the dependent variable. Number two, you need to discuss also the present situation. Number three, the issue or the problem. And finally, the purpose of the study. Later on, I'm going to give you an example that shows you 1 up to 4. By the way, I would like to acknowledge the researchers of the example that I'm going to show you, and they are Roza, Precy, Mary Guen, Ulysses, Julius, and their advisor, Ma'am April Joyce L. Castueras. Okay, so let's begin. The example is entitled The English-Speaking Proficiency of Grade 11 Students in General Emilio Aguinaldo National High School, School Year 2019 to 2020. Alright, so let's have now Chapter 1, the problem and its setting. So this is the introduction. First paragraph. Language is used as means of communication with other people, whether written or in conventional way of communication. People can easily express their own ideas and feelings, especially when using their mother language, which they inherit from their parents as valuing culture as it has been transferred from generations to generation. What did you notice? All right. The first word here, which is language, is actually the key word, and it is explained here. That means to say that in your introduction, you are going to explain the key word or the key idea, but just make it brief. Okay. Next, paragraph number 2. In the Philippines, English language plays a very important role in every phase of Filipinos' life, with English being one of the country's second and official languages. It is necessary that every Filipino knows how to use the language, for it is widely used in education, employment, and medium of communication with other people in different linguistic and cultural background. And in the Philippine setting, a highly proficient English speaker gains respect from the community and earn high-profile identity. Moreover, government agencies and other organizations putting emphasis on fluency and accuracy in English communication as criteria in hiring, promoting, and developing employees. So there is a need for every person to be fluent. Here in paragraph 2, the present situation is confined in Philippine setting, since this study has the respondents in the Philippines. What is the issue? As suggested by the line, a highly proficient English speaker gains respect from the community and earn high-profile identity. When one is not proficient speaker of the said language, it is difficult for him to earn high-profile identity. In addition to that line, the line, agencies and other organizations putting emphasis on fluency and accuracy in English communication as criteria in hiring, suggests that a Filipino who is not proficient in speaking English can hardly be hired. That is why there is a need to be fluent or proficient in the use of English. Next, speaking skill is an important aspect to acquire when learning a second or foreign language, and the success of learning is measured from the performance of the learners to speak the language learned. However, most people who are learning to speak a language have a goal to be able to speak so that they can communicate. As Bailey and Savage in 1994 state that speaking in a second language has often been viewed as the most demanding of the four skills: the speaking skills, pronunciation, fluency, and comprehensibility. Thus, the demand of speaking fluently is higher rather than other language skills, although the other skills cannot be underestimated. English speaking skills require the speaker to use the authentic language where it means that the student needs in any occasions or when communicating with other students in academic context. In this paragraph, the last statement in the previous one, which is, there is a need to be proficient, is being supported. How is it being supported? There, with related literature, just like that one, and with the use of a citation or a specific reference. In an introduction, you may use 2 to 3 citations. Do not use so many. Reserve the rest in the review of related literature part of your study. Furthermore, this study is conducted to assess how familiar the grade 11 students of Giants are in the use of English language and how proficient they are in using the language in communication, specifically in speaking. Moreover, this study aims to determine the different factors and conditions that may affect the student's performance in speaking. In this paragraph, the significance and the purpose of the study are mentioned. So those are the important part of an introduction. I did not show you all the paragraphs, but I'm sure you have already gotten an idea how it is written. Always remember, when you write an introduction, you need to discuss the Keyword. That includes the independent variable and the dependent variable. The present situation, the issue or the problem, and the purpose of the study. Now that you're done listening to this lesson, you may now start writing the introduction of your research. And as a beginner, you are encouraged to just write 2 to 3 pages only. That's all for now. Have a good day.